Sanibonani and welcome to Daily Thetha. Igama lami Kini Shandu and namhlanje sikhuluma about abantu abaphila with albinism. Sifuna ukwazi ukubona ukuthi iziphi lezi zinto esinokuba offenda ngazo mase sikhuluma and iziphi izinto abafuna ukusifundisa ngempilo yabo because isikhathi esiningi sinokukhuluma ngabo but not nabo. Namhlanje sobe sicaciseleka kakhulukazi nanokuthi nje mawubheka eNingizimu Afrika, is there enough ngempela iawareness ekhona about la eNingizimu Afrika ukuthi abantu abaphila nesikhumba esimhlophe or siyabayeka nje and we ignore as if aba exist? And namhlanje sobe sibuka lokho bheka nendlela in dating because abanye bakhula esimeni whereby even kunzima ukudlala nabanye abantwana masemncane. How about masokhulile ke, dating, is it easy for them? That's what we're talking about with Daily Thetha. Now ekhaya asithemba amakhonto ofuna ukusifundisa yona sithole ku social media as well noma usifone.
Dumelang rala amagela nna ke na Nicolette wa ga Mashile ngwana wa ka Bush Patrick Mapulaning. We're also joined by Fortune Madlala, who is our sign language interpreter. It is a Thursday, so it is quarter to weekend. But before we get into the weekend, we've got a very important conversation. As Kini has already said, albinism. We want to get an understanding of albinism and also just learnings. I feel like all of us need to learn from their story. Hi, this thing every time albinism for the rituals, we just want to get an understanding of is it any different from albinism? But if you've got any questions, comments, viewpoints, using on our social media pages using the hashtag Daily Thetha or kana phone like 011-339-1315.
Kuningi okuhle sokukhuluma nabo namhlanje and as well ngeke sakushiya ngaphandle ukuthi kunezinto ezinye ezinhle esizibona emaphepheni reporter ekuthiwa abanye abantu bakholela ukutheni ngeenkolelo zabo baze babahlukumeze. That's what you're going to be finding out more about that, but impilo yabo is not about that. There's so much good that you're going to be finding out namhlanje as well. Let's welcome the audience here to Daily Thetha. Welcome Bafethu. Let me start with you, my brother. Do you think with linings in Africa there is enough awareness, especially with abantu abaphila nesikhumba esimhlophe?
Not really, but so far a man of mine here just told me about the Albinism Day awareness, which is held I think on the 16th. But as much, I haven't seen any and I've never been part of any.
Sharp because the date is 13th of June.
Oh, 13th.
But before we move away from how do you guys want to be addressed? Because Mang has got their own idea of how to address you. Is there a specific way to address you? A scientific way, a politically correct word?
Okay. Patient, I just don't like offense. Offenses. I get them tolerant or come teasing me, calling me funny names and all that. But if you come to me as humble as you can, I'll be so politely to answer you anything that you'd like. So
if someone is curious, can I say anything at any time?
Anything at any given time.
That's absolutely amazing.
And yeah, into esifuna ukuyibhekisisa kakhulu namhlanje Nicolette is that mabese bancane ngakhumbula because ngasekhaya bekhona umntwana obemhlophe ngokwebala bebengadlali kakhulu elangeni because ilanga beliba affecta kakhulu. And now that so khulile and you dating kuba nzima yini ukuthi umuntu othandana naye ukuthi umchazele isimo sakho or ufeel like ukuthi no, sometimes udinga so compromise suba selangeni whereas you shouldn't be? Ubani igama?
Hello, my name is Silwani Lalimadia. Well, for now, aki boni ili something like it's challenging for me. I have to explain for komutu ekjolang lena hore no, listen bra, I have to wear katiba. I always have to put on my sunscreen on and kikenye di braille tsaka. I mean, like Luena as a person, if you are interested in albinism, I think it's important to learn, educate yourself about it so that.
Do you think but abantu bazhlupha kangako to learn and understand, because we're talking about awarenesses with awekho kangako la eNingizimu Afrika?
For me, it like more kipelang thing. A lot of people who I'm surrounded, like they learn and they ask me anything because I'm open. You ask me something, I'll tell you if I know it. Okay. Yes.
Let me come this side as well, because kunezinto abantu abazikhulumayo. Some even say ukuthi we as normal people, ma ukuthi unepala elimhlophe, do you feel uba offended yini when usizwa abanye abantu bathi us as normal people as if you're not normal?
Jimelang, my name is Relebogile Ashanti Molefe. No, mina ang feel offended or everyone normal. So why should you feel offended or ngibone ngimncane or ngifile pity? No. And
But
as
what do you do a situation in general? Do you know mhlambe uyamtshela omunye umuntu or uyamprovela ukuthi actually I'm also normal or wenza njani esimeni sinjengaleso? Even lapha esebenzisa amagama that you feel ukuthi akumelanga ngabe usebenzise leli gama kumina.
No, ngeke ngimprovele ngizomtshela ukuthi no nami nginormal uyakhona ukubona ukuthi I can do anything lento le wena okhona ukuyenza. So angiboni ukuthi kumele ngiprove or anything because mara nje ukuthi yena unormal mina ngikho normal ngiyambuza ukuthi yini lento le engenza ukuthi mina ngingabi normal ngayo.
Ngivama ukubona kakhulukazi abantu abane albinism ukuthi banokusebenzisa ama classes and ngiyabona ukuthi awasebenzisanga wena. Mhlawumbe kuyahluka kusisikhathi?
Okay, mina ngile ngaya ku doctor ne specialist. Sometimes it happens amehlo ami njengoba agijima fast. Maba makumele bakhethe ilens amehlo wami. Bayahluleka. So mina mangwafakile ngibona ngathi angiboni kahle. So I prefer ngawagcoki. So yena ungadvise ukuthi mangihambe elangeni ngigcoke ama sunglasses but avoid too much light izinto ezinjalo. But ngihlale ngazi ukuthi if mangifuna ukudriver then I'll have to go to the doctor or the nearest specialist.
I see.
You know, Kini, the beauty of life is that you must have an inquisitive mind. And I know my sister Horona So can you please give us a little bit of those questions?
Okay, good day everyone. My name is Pelokazi. So I have 2 questions.
Okay.
The first one is it a myth or it's a truth that when albino people die, do they disappear or we bury the body?
Okay.
That's the first one. And then the second one is, do you guys feel like God made you different? Do you hate God? Do you feel bad that you are albinos? Like, how do you feel towards God?
Okay. Let me come this side. Uzulumbuzo wakhe. Let's oqala nje umbuzo ukuthi kunale lento kakhulukazi abantu bathi abantu abane albinism bayanyamalala abashone abangcwatsha kwenzakalani? Why is that if you know ukuthi why abantu beze becabanga kanjani?
Okay, from what I've read and my knowledge, remember in the olden days, this belief a person with albinism or kamsebedisa for muti and all that. So that was just a lie. For that no disangomas baskeba no la legal albino she has passed on. Body high and use it for other purposes. So that was just a myth around that. So that people baskeba babanalinto ya ore baye balo.
So what indlela you protect alcohol ukuthi abantu bengahambe ukupha isidumbu as well and something like that for you.
Yeah, it was just a protection.
Okay.
Yes.
Asisa on the second question lapho ngakubona Nicolette ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi this issue of ukuthi uNkulunkulu bebone ngathi ukupunishile like sister was asking, do you ever feel like that or it's something ongenandaba nanokubanda ndaba na?
Not at all. Hey, I've learned to accept myself from a very young age, and I think the way you are raised at home will make who you are and be able to accept yourself in public regardless.
During the rehearsals, you spoke a little bit about how you feel lucky. When you look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, it's me. Because, I mean, we all know there's a saying, normal, as people call it, is boring. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Hey, I mean, like,
Come on.
I feel so blessed,
Yeah.
you know. Thetha the way thing, and I love the uniqueness about me. Hey? And I go for shoots, I go for modeling practices and all that, and it makes me love who I am. It makes me feel okay, God bless me with something that nobody else has.
I'm also quite excited about that, Kini, because we've got model Tando Haupa coming through to, give us a bit of her experiences also. So that's quite exciting.
Let me come this side, Siswa Mubani Kamalaka, and a quick one. Njengamanje eNingizimu Afrika besikhala ngokuthi there is not much awarenesses about abantu abaphila with isikhumba simhlophe. What do you know about abantu abaphila with albinism?
What I know is that we're not any different. It's just the skin color. It's just the skin color. As for that matter, we all have kelia. In fact, these people are much more greater than us. So we're just the same.
I like that point, Kuti. Ayiko into ehlukile kangaka kuthina. It's just a skin color, but so besinama guess where to couch abanye babona abazi bangosazwana mhla babona ku TV bazobe staksela abanzi. Ngabanzi ngempilo abayiphilayo nanokuthi yiziphi ezizinto abafuna ukusifundisa kuzona. Namhlanje is all about learning. Nathi kuningi sokufunda kuhlela. Some say breaking siyabuya after that.
My name is Silwane Madi Alali. I'm a person living with albinism.
I'm a person living with albinism.
the most challenging aspect of living with albinism is that people call you names and some will be laughing, you know, all those kind of negative things. I would come home, get like, hey, bana ba bang ko strateng, they are teasing me, mocking me, critiquing me, and all that.
Krevana val agi kroya kfeta motho ga bone ba bula ma dikipa ga iba khwela mati if o sa itse ntho yo ba re no o tlo nna le ngwana wa albinism, so aba khone go understand and then aba batle go understand gore albinism ke eng.
Many people have different skin types, so I don't see a difference, and I don't see us judging them in any different way.
You know, when you are different socially, you are bound to be treated in a different way.
It's kind of sad in a way, but at the end of the day, we are all humans, so.
The albinos they kidnap you, some of them were bullied, some of them bites you. So now I used to give that fear. What if one day but one so now what I was saying is that fear is fear, but no, I can't live with that fear anymore. I can't, and I'm still saying I can't live with that fear.
What has to be done is to educate people, tell them the right, the correct knowledge actually, what is albinism, even to do away with those myths that they believe in, that they say albinism, albinos carry some kind of luck. Albinos are just like everyone else. It's just a lack of pigmentation, that's just all.
I don't see myself different. I even forget that I have albinism or I'm living with albinism. Coming from a strong family that supports you is very important as a child, because I am who I am and where I am today because of the woman who raised me.
Dark skin, so beautiful, so nice. Now get a problem, I get a problem again. Which are result is the way you got to accept your one. Le pansula lake, le pansula la, kauna goli sante, hauna goli ante, kisholo.
Welcome back to Daily Thetha. And albinism. Who understand that most of us know somebody who's got albinism, but how much do we really know about them? And that's what we're trying to get an understanding of. And actually, a lot of learnings on Daily Thetha today. I am joined on the couch by Palisa Musia, who's a businesswoman and also a TV personality, and Thando Hopper, who's also a model and a lawyer. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thando, let's start with you. Let's jump straight into conversation. As Thando, I know that you are in the public space and you've got a public eye all over. Everybody's looking at you. But tell us, who is Thando? Who do you identify as? Does your identity include the fact that you've got albinism?
Well, it has to.
Yeah.
I think I embrace my many facets as a human being. I mean, I embrace the fact that I'm a South African, I'm African, I'm a woman, I'm black, I have albinism. Yeah. I think all of these have identities and I incorporate all of them. So I don't see myself as only one person, because we're all not just one people, you know, and we're just not one linear story. So, I can't even just say, Lord, I'm just a woman, or because I'm a lawyer, I'm a model. I'm just too many things just in this body. So
yeah, that's powerful.
Palisa, let me come to you. We business women as well as usazwayo as well. But don't you feel like abantu abaningi the only babane interest kakhulu kupalisa, the one that have the side of albinism, then yourself, who is upalisa and all the things, the great things that you ozenzayo, but they will only move into a corner le albinism pal.
No, they don't. You know what the thing is? People are just fascinated by my confidence. It's like when you have albinism, there's an expectation that you must be lacking confidence, having a low self-esteem. So people are drawn to me because of my presence. Because when I walk into a room, you will take note. Of course. Okay. Definitely. I mean, you will look at me because of the obvious, but look at how I walk, how I speak, how I carry myself. So people are attracted to me for those things, for the fact that I'm strong and I'm confident and I love myself. That's very important. I love myself. And for some people, they almost think like, but how? How did you get to this point? And if you come to me from that point of, I want to know, then I'll help educate you. I'll answer any question you have to ask me. But if you're going to use a derogatory term towards me to hurt me, then I'm just going to walk away and I'll pray for you.
Speaking about that, kuna bantu abati thina as normal people mabekhuluma. What do you say kumuntu onjengaloyo? Do you have to reprimand ekuthenini kahle kahle nami I'm normal, or kwenzakala nesimene sinjengala might bona thina as normal people?
I understand that they don't understand my condition. That's why they don't consider me normal. But when I look at my group of friends, when we go out, sometimes they forget I have this condition, so they want to sit in the sun. And I'm like, guys, I'm not even trying. And then they remember. So it's like with black people, if somebody uses a derogatory term towards you, like the K word, right? You know that they should be informed at this time of our lives. And you'll probably walk away or you'll start a fight. If somebody uses a derogatory term towards me, I will look at the context that it's coming from. If you're trying to hurt me, I'll just walk away. But if you want to learn, I'll sit down with you, I'll take you through everything. Because all this condition is a lack of pigment. Sometimes it causes short sight, and unfortunately, we can't play in the sun like everybody else, but we can go to the beach and wear sunblock. And people should stop saying, you know, people will stop you on the beach and like, you're gonna burn. And I'm like, excuse me, I reapply every 45 minutes, calm down. But I will still educate the person because they're so angry at me for wearing a bikini. How dare you do that to your skin? So I always want to educate people.
Thando, let's talk a little bit about, you know, this idea that people have reduced albinism to the black community. Is there albinism in other races?
Okay, first, before I actually address that, there's something I want to just piggyback on in terms of what you've just asked her. And the thing is, media is such a strong perception-forming medium. This is how we learn other people. When people watch us, this is how they learn, oh, okay, people who look like this is what we'll think of them, you know. We've never been to America, but we've learned so much about them because of the television that we see. So that is the reason why when you work in this kind of industry, you need to start presenting people as people. You have somebody with albinism, don't only present them in one way, present them as mothers, as fathers, as kids, as whatever. Cast them in roles that show them as just people. And then people will start changing their perceptions because media is something that we used to learn. And when it comes to like, and she says, you know, when issues about derogatory names and people saying that, you know, you are normal or they are normal. It's so interesting that when you started the show and you were speaking Kasizulu, you know, Namazulu is not fluent. But unzo work Kasizulu and you say people with or abantu abane albinism, right? Okay, that's interesting. Then you say abantu abane skumba esimhlophe, right? And then it means that what's the word for albinism, Kasizulu? You yourself aren't comfortable using it because a lot of the words are derogatory as they are. Because na lenzuleke utsebang Kasizulu yisishaw, right? And then
is that the right word for us to use?
Isishaw is a curse.
Okay.
How?
Can you call it
I
like
it. In isiXhosa, it's inkawu. And if you just this past weekend, when that little boy had the coolest monkey in the jungle, did the whole world not go on an uproar?
We did.
Right? But at Rona, in our own language, we have a particular word designated for human beings, and it's ingao. That is why when you're speaking here, you don't know which word to use, so you say albinism because it's easier. The English word is there, but in our languages, where are our words? Where are our words? Because you can't say no. We can't. Let's not label albinism. We are all human beings. Albinism is a scientific condition. It needs to have a scientific term in isiXhosa, in isiZulu, in isiSotho.
That's it.
Buswafi.
Yes, that's
Is it
the
also
Sotho term.
derogatory, Kasisotho?
I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't sound right to me. It sounds weird. But albinism, sounds better. And then let me just introduce another thing. Like there's a term to say people with albinism because guys, apparently it's wrong to say albinos, you know. And there was a whole argument on Facebook, I remember, where some people with albinism, I'm fine being called an albino. This people with albinism is too long. Let me just explain the thing behind it. People with albinism want to be recognized first as human beings before the condition. Because I also felt like, I don't care if you call me an albino, call me whatever you want. It's up to you. It doesn't do anything to me. But the thing behind it is, I'm a person before I'm the condition. So don't precede me with a condition.
That's the most important part.
When you started, you asked, what do you want to be called? One of the audience members, Palesamusi.
That's your name.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And ngicabanga ukuthi masibuye breaking ngiyayithanda indlela i-conversation yethu eyakuyona so besithola amagama esingawasebenzisa esintu that angeke kwazi ukuthi offend omunye umuntu. Asameni se breaking siyabuya futhi. Welcome back to Daily Thetha. Sikhuluma about abantu abaphila with albinism. We want to find out exactly ukuthi i-terminology esisebenzisayo like usithando bekasifundisa ukuthi even amagama esiwasebenzisa ngesintu afana nokuthi shower akusiyo amagama ngabe siyawasebenzisa and ezinye zezinto lezi ekwenza ukuthi i-conversation igcine uncomfortable ngoba asazi sowenza njani. We couch njengamanje we do have is it Puleng Molebatsi from SABC and as well as njengamanje I have my brother ubani igama lakho and ufuna ukwazi kuwena ukuthi njengomuntu okhuluma isiZulu do you feel like ukuthi asizihluphi kangaka ukuthi sibe namagama akhayo nakuyiwona singaba sebasebenzisa wasikhuluma nabantu abanebali lemhlophe?
Sanibonani, igama lami ngosihle Wabuthelezi. Ukuphendula umbuzo wakho bhuti wami siphenduka sibe nenkinga singabantu in terms of traditionally because asifuni lokuthi asamukele abantu ngendlela abangayikhona. Kunokusebenziswa amagama esiZulu lapho kuthiwa khona abantu abaphila nebala elimhlophe kuthiwa isiphiwo banokubizwa kanjalo but ukukhula ngezwe ngami ngakhula kushiwo kanjalo but ilapho esithanda khona sidideke ukuthi kahle kahle kungabe kuyigama elilungile yini lelo lokuthi silisebenzise noma singaze siqhubeke njengoba uPalisa akade shilo before i-break ukuthi abafuni lokuthi sisho igama elide sekungazathi sisho isentence lokuthi umuntu ophila nebala elimhlophe or sithi ngesilungu people living with albinism sesingaze simbize ngegama lakhe umuntu because awusho kumuntu omnyama ukuthi hayi lo yamzulu hayi lo yamsuthu hayi lo yamuntu omnyama so we might as well ukuthi nabo siba treated the way nathi singafisa ukuthi siyitreat ngakhona thina so I believe ukuthi amagama esiZulu esiwasebenzayo we don't need to be if ngase singathi sisebenza amagama specific sekuba ngazathi manje bona siyaba sideline per se.
Okay, ngiyakuzwa kakhulu mfethu. Let me come to you my sister. Quick one. Akhona amagama that you think you feel ukuthi offender wena as a person?
Hane ke tla ke hola ha ke bapala le bana ba bang ba tla re le swefe wa bona like it would really hurt me to a point ya hore ntse re bapala ke le ka itshasa ka msidi hoping I'm going to be different. Imagine that.
And likhona mhlambe that igama would prefer ukuthi bangalisebenzisa?
Amlali, call me Lali. Like why should I address muthu ka hore like he said Mzulu. Amlali, call me Lali.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go straight to the couch.
Puleng, let's talk a little bit about identity. You know, we've already mentioned how you want to be seen, how you want to be addressed. But did the discrimination and people teasing you when you were growing up, did that hamper with the identity of who you are?
No, you know, now I grew up Kotabanchu in the Free State.
Okay.
Kidlala khati lisked, lidiketo, liskipini. I don't care. Anything you want to call me. None of my cousins would go after you and be like, "Wariki mang," and it would show you exactly who that is.
Yeah.
So that for me, because my family, my friends, everyone, even Mot Stratton Sakuhaye, they loved me. Like I always say, my mom loved the Leswefe out of me. She was like, "I love you. Let's take it out," you know. So it never did. I've always been a very confident, loud mouth. It never changed who I was.
And also, anything from Wibuza, like Wibuza Sisbalisa Guti. Abantu, when it comes to dating, ngomunye abantu on a condition, I'm diabetic. And iskhathini ngabantu mosuku amtshela ukuthi diabetic uyakusizela most of the time, like we feel like sorry. People go as far as saying ukuthi uzophila isikhathi esincane and you're like kushubani because I take care of myself. Do you find that as well ukuthi kube khona umuntu ofila ngathi uyakudabukela?
Why ubuza mina ngale? Why would you specifically paleta?
No.
That's why. Okay. No, but you know what? It's a reality. Like there's some things you have to tell people when you're gonna date them. And I think if you are diabetic, it's just good to just let someone know.
No,
People, if someone wants to date me, they must know when we walk around, people are gonna look.
Yes.
It's not easy for people to get used to. My friends used to wanna beat up every person that looked at me. I said, guys, calm down. I'm a queen. I'm born to reign. So if people look, I'm good with it. And I can't be offended by it. Think about yourself. When you see someone that is different to you, you stare, and then you're like, hey, man, I shouldn't be staring. I'm different. People are going to stare. If I don't make peace with that, then I'm going to continuously try to defend it. So there are things that I will tell a potential partner, you know, and I'll tell them when we walk around, people are going to stay, don't be offended by it. It's fine, I'm good with it. I do need to apply a sunblock in the sun when we go to restaurants. Preferably we sit where there's shade. You know, things like that, because some people just love the sun. And it's bad for you too. It's not just bad for me, guys. It's bad for you too. So it's better to just put it out there so that people understand. But if someone really cares about you, they will do their due diligence about your condition. You know what I mean? And try and figure out how can I make their lives easier.
Thando, on this train of thought of dating, do you find that sometimes men maybe want to date you because you are Thando with albinism, or, you know, it's almost like a fetish that they make it? Or is it you never really come across that?
Strong words there. Geez. I think it's, you know what, it's difficult to say because now in my experience, the people I've dated, I've at least made a good choice to not go with people who I find that they've got some kind of fetish later on. But I do think that there are times when people approach you because of the fascination that Melissa speaks about, you know. And like, you know, I always wanted a wife who's like you, you know. I've always, you know, those things for me, I mean, we all have our preferences, but, you know, that's a bit peculiar for me. But I do think that I do sometimes have double checks when I'm dating somebody to say, is your family okay?
To make sure.
Because especially if I start seeing that this could potentially be serious, it's like, is your family comfortable with this? Because I don't know what cultural background you come from, and you know, and I don't want to really find myself in a situation where we didn't speak about this, and then we come there and we realize that it's an issue because so I just do my checks, and sometimes you'll be surprised. You'll think that people are educated and people
be surprised
certain issues.
Cool. I'll check on social media as well with about topic yet namhlanje. There's something coming in from Unes Nkanyezi Zamangiba Mananga ut albino or not, we are the same. Don't we all breathe, eat, walk, study, dream? We are all the same. That's a comment come again. Keep them coming, says Guti Utini imbono yakho about uhlelo namhlanje. But let me come to you, Puleng. Kwi-industry njengamanje abantu bakhasta ngendlela ezahlukahlukene nangama roles ahlukahlukene. Don't you feel kwesinye isikhathi ukuthi uzithola ukuthi I got this job because of ukuthi ngumuntu webala, not because I'm talented or something like that?
Let me just put it out there to writers and directors. I have an honors in performance studies from university. Cast someone who is qualified, cast someone who is passionate, someone who can deliver. I have had, you know, I'm with an agency that always doesn't know if they should send me to roles where they're asking for people with albinism only, or just to like a role of a white person. When they say we're looking for a young white lady, they're like, okay, but you can pull it off, can you do the accent? So we are all learning with my agent as well as we go. But I have steered intentionally away from roles that cast people with albinism because we've only been cast as supernatural, as a mermaid, or Indonia Mazi, something weird. They can't cast you as Sis Dora. What if Sis Dora from back opposite here, how she was a lady with albinism who loved people? And when you get that brief as a director, why don't you just cast anyone? Why does she also have to have albinism? Because they can be very specific.
I completely agree with Puleng. I think, you know, it's so difficult because at the same time, you know, now, I mean, I moved from my legal background and I'm moving now into entertainment. So here I am as a model and I get a lot of now acting requests. And, you know, I want the freedom to be cast as supernatural if I want to, right? But the problem is that it's difficult in my position because you find, you know, if I was a white woman, for instance, white women have been cast as supernatural, as maids, as anything, as doctors, as CEOs, as everything in the world, right? People with albinism are at the foundational level. So Rona, we don't have that privilege yet. We have to work for it, you know. So the way we work for it is to say no to these specific typecasting, stereotyping roles, right? That's the only way, Rona, right now. That's our form of activism right now.
But many people will argue that and saying, you know, whatever comes, not because I agree with that, just because I'm told. Do you find
You know what? Back to the normal thing. When we say we're normal people, we also have choices. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. Sometimes there's a tender and they'll say they're specifically looking for black women with disabilities. That gives me an advantage. Please believe you're not going to mess with my money.
Come on.
I'm going to go for it. You know, if I hear that a specific company is specifically looking to fill that quota of people with disabilities for supply and delivery of whatever, I'm going to go and supply because it's an advantage for me. But I also understand what she's saying, because now you have to find the balance to say, I won't do it. But you can't say you're going to choose for other people. If someone else says, I want to take this role because I'm going to kill it, then we let them do it.
All right. Thank you so much, Palisa. We're going to go for a quick ad break. When we come back, it's such a conversation and getting these learnings and understandings. Please don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Daily Thetha. Namhlanje sakufundisa nje about abantu abaphila with albinism ukuthi yini lento ofanele uyazi ngabo as well, nanokuthi ezinye izinto abafuna ukuzicorrecta esizenzayo. But let's find out on social media abantu bathini about uhlelo namhlanje. Something coming in from Juju reads uthi my dad had Tando says she's a lawyer and he's like uyi albino kodwa uyi lawyer. I guess stigma and discrimination is sekhona. Tando, what do you make of a comment efana njengale ngo 2018? Like, how do you even answer to umuntu osho into enjengale?
You know what? I think after some time, you don't have the energy to be angry. I mean, Palisa was saying, you just understand that this is a level of ignorance, but also this is the reason why platforms like this become important. Because people see, oh, okay, she's got albinism. Oh, she was a model. Oh, and she's also a lawyer. Oh, this person's got albinism. That's exactly what we were saying about television. I get her to show people as doctors, as CEOs, etc. Then people start, they don't see this, you know, as a weird thing. How is it that you have albinism and you're a lawyer?
I think it's the same case of having a pastor umuntu athi how pastor wesifazane, like awusabu ukuthi is a pastor first then ukuthi abe umuntu wesifazane. So I think so cool ngelinye ilanga singabantu sikwazi ukuthi address ama issues that afana nalawo.
I think also talents are often overlooked because they've now defined you as this person. But we do have a caller on the line. Sebenzile waseJobe kunjani?
Ngiyaphila njani sisi?
Siyaphila bhuti wami. Uthi wena ama albino, as you're saying, calling them, Guti, they need to be treated the same way as everybody else.
Singicela siqale lana. Yazi sometimes kuyenzeka ne uthi ukuthi sithina okay mina ngiphine albinism. My girlfriend yami ayiphine albinism. Yenza ukuthi thola umntwana ophila ne-albinism, yabona? Leyo nto leyo ichaza ukuthi leyo muntu leyo ungumuntu naye. But into efunekayo nje thina ukuthi thina singabantu abamnyama. Like abusisi laba abayithu obukhuluma nabo lapho ngithanda into abayikhulumayo ukuthi you must look behind that ukuthi there is a person behind that. It's the same as someone who's living with HIV. We need to educate. That's all I can say, Putwan.
Okay, siyakuzwa kakhulu mfethu, sibonge kakhulu nange comment yakho iyakha kakhulu kazi, siyabonga mfethu ne? Cool. Asibele back to i-couch njengamanje we have DJ White Coffee. Oh wow. Sounds like black coffee. And the nation as well. Machida, welcome to Daily Thetha and sesikhuluma kakhulu and kuningi esikufundile ngicela uhlelo obalihamba nje kuningi esikufundayo as we go. Sisakhuluma nge-issue of dating ukuthi ngosisi basichazela ke isimo sabo. Nina njengamajida isimo kanjani isimo or you feel ukuthi ongenani kuba ngconywana ukudate umuntu one-albinism nokuthi udate umuntu ongenayo condition etayifana le. How is it kuma kanjani nisichazele? Ankala wena White Coffee.
White Coffee. Wow, thank you for having me. And when it comes to dating, you know, I'll speak from personal experience. You know, from an early age, I mean, I won't lie, the first girlfriend I dated in primary was Russian, you know.
Russian?
Yes. And
representing us, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, and it was always that whole thing with and then the whole Milky Bar comes into play, you know. And then growing up, you know, I'm in the entertainment industry, so you know, growing up, then you get people who want to be with you not because you're albino, but because of your social status.
Oh, yes.
You
We
understand?
love it.
And then you get the third person, who is like the mother of my last born, for example, who is there solemnly for me. A
Nice.
person who wants to learn who I am and what I stand for. I used to say a lot of times, I don't want somebody to date me for what I am, but to date me for who I am. You understand? And and a lot of people, I've come across a lot of questions. So the main one would be like, in your family, is your dad albino? I say, no, not at all. My mom's black, my dad is black. Well, you know, my son, proudly, my last born, Zoe, he's an albino as well, you know? And in some instances, a lot of people I've heard would say, that is very rare. And then they'll ask about umawaki.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I don't think, you know, maybe in the past years, you know, dating was an issue. You understand? But I don't think people go, you know, now I'm not going to say because I'm an albino and all the issues that I face and the challenges on a day-to-day basis, I'm going to now let them affect me on and blame everybody else who is, you know, of a darker pigmentation to say, they're all
but
like
Nation,
that, you know?
let's talk a little bit about what DJ White Coffee is talking about in this dating scene. Do you find often or sometimes undermine if you say you're dating a girl who doesn't have albinism?
I keep this
Yes, babe.
My sister is streetwise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Kitloba streetwise.
Sure.
When coming to dating, I give to the dating things because na ke le panso la ke phela bophelo ba bopansola.
Okay.
Okay, right, ke na le thekene, ke na le dinqosi, but se ke meletsang sone ga se nkgotsofatse because of nthonyana tse itseng le tse itseng about, but I wish or at least le nna ke be motho o leng gore a ka mo tshwara sharp wa bona. But ntho e ke leng sure ka yone ha ke na problem gore mang o ntreata yang mang ha ntreati yang because se ke setsang ke seletsa nna and le for bone batho ba di dark skin because normally nna ke bereka le batho ba leng gore ha ba tshwane le nna ka kha.
Okay.
Yeah.
But o godile o le sona kapa you had to ntse o tsamaya le bophelo, you had to become motho olfa.
The thing e ileng ya etsa gore ke be gore ke sanna ka gore ke albinism is because of I was a very naughty boy.
Okay.
Very, very, very naughty boy. Energetic.
Yeah.
Kuchore mama kana bitswa go sekolong each and every weekend. Hore tlo thuse ngwana go
Wetsa 1, 2, 3, 4.
But then avere taba tsa dibuka ne khona concentrate but
Yeah.
ntweneng khawata it was all about enele matlo because nenka ske ka khona go dula yi checkboard ile da
Yeah.
I had gore ke tswa yi ke go checkboard in kilo but then the teacher akaska rata ntwe.
All right, that's interesting.
Let me come to you, White Coffee. Ngifuna ukuzwa ukuthi yini lento mhlambe ubalile ezinye izinto ukuthi khona abantu abafuna ukuzwa kuwena just because uphila with albinism, kunabantu abafuna ukuzwa kuwena just because you're famous. Mhlambe lezi zinto ziyacasula but ezinye zezinto ezinzwa abantu egcina sezikucasulile. I was making an example ukuthi mina angiphathi kahle umuntu mangidabukela as if manje kukhona into wrong ngami because I know myself. Yiziphi ezinye izinto ezikuphatha kabi abantu mabezenza?
You know, for me, really, you know, if I was to highlight such things, you know, that thing, okay, but now, wait. The things that irritate me, you know, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I cannot get, for example, you're walking in town, you know, and then little kids, they will stare at you or the takes in and then look away and then mama bona, you know, there I cannot get irritated. You understand?
Because kids are curious.
Yeah, kids are curious, you know. But I think one of the ladies was saying earlier on, I don't want to get special, like a role because, you know, I'm different.
Yes.
You know, that is one thing that really irritates me the most, you know, or ufike endaweni and then, you know, like, for example, I'm a DJ, you know. So one encounter, I was in Cape Town, for example, and we were doing a show, an outdoor show for E5FM. And one of the stage, these crew stage, he said to me, because it was an outdoor event. And he said to me, "Are you sure you're going to need an umbrella for your set?" And I mean, and I looked at him. I said, "Are you sure you don't need an umbrella while you're watching me from the crowd?" You know what I mean? And it's just little things like that, you know. But
yisithola kahle lezi zinto but ngenxa yesikhathi komele siye breaking and masibuya e-breaking sobe sikhuluma with umama nomntwana ophila with albinism as well ukuthi yena ukhopha kanjani nanokuthi ukhipha kanjani abanye abazali as well ukuthi badile with umntwana one-albinism ngaphandle ukuthi bebone ngathi kunenkinga ekhona egcekeni. Samenze breaking siyabuya futhi. Welcome back to Daily Thetha. Saqhubeka nohlelo lethu and taking your calls as well as Mashile ngaphandle because sifuna usifundise makhono sokufundile sizothi uphawula kakho kuthini. We do have Mahobe and Clarksop. Welcome to Daily Thetha Mahobe. Sikhona njani bhuti? Tara, talk to us. Chini comment yakho.
Sorry?
Your comment.
Comment ke hore ke rata bomme bao. Nkgono ka le sefe. Ke hoditse ke nkgono wa ka ene le sefe. Ntho ke ratang go bona gore ha ba tshade motho. Gore ba free ka ntho e baleng yona. Then o hodisitse na a ke le sefe but like it like I did one day hore mfemo modimo ka nthusa hore ke kopana le o mongwe wa bona ke monyale e le mosadi wa ka but a wa itala jwalo. And on a rata ke batho ke tla o bolella nnete ne le hana hlokahala then ona la le bana ba segene ba ntse ba le teng mo but o ne le nna beneficiary ya hae tot fanda ga ke ntse ke mo hopola ene o ne an rata ne ke mo rata ke o tswa mme wa ka ke tla e bea jwalo.
Okay. Siyabonga with your call as well. You know, it's a situation engajwayelekile ke le. And ngoba besikade sikhuluma about this as well ukuthi kukaningi whereby abantu bekholelwa kwinkolelozo ezithize esinganaso isiqiniseko sakhona nokho ukuthi izizona yini. But let's come back to iCouch. We do have Sister Shandu Endlovu. Sister Shandu, welcome to Daily Thetha.
Ngiyabonga.
Uyahleba ukhulumela phansi. No, sifuna ukukhuluma ngalolu daba. Unomntwana ngesizulu bekuthiwa isiphiwo. Ngikhule ngazi kanjalo ukuthi umntwana osuke eyisiphiwe. It's like a gift. And when ngekhathi umthola umntwana, were you ready, were you prepared, and udile kanjani with iminyaka yonke nje umkhulisa?
When we were expecting, we didn't know. It just happened ukuthi at a labor ward when the gynecologist comes and say you've got a child with an albino, you've got an albino, and you're like, okay, you know, but fortunately I come from a family where my mother is a nurse and my fiance's mom is also a nurse. So they counseled us telephonically as well as a pediatrician that was there, because she's the one that said to us, just think about you having to apply anything on your face as a person. So that is something that you'll have to do for the child. But you know, when they talk, it's a matter of what is this, you know. But see, as the time went by, my parents, my community, my friends, my cousins, everybody was like there for us.
Such a beautiful kid.
So cute.
Very cute. But now, ngizwe point lakho lichazile ukuthi ngathi nabo nurse namadokotela and gynaes are not equipped enough to ukuthi bekwazi ukuthi badile or badile situation ngaleso sikhathi, because njengamanje uyasho ukuthi ngena ngapha kuphuma ngapha because bungazi ukuthi kwenzakalani.
I'll just give you a little bit of information that we had at that point in time. They took the father of my kid, they took him to one of the places where they keep the kids. And then she was like to him, do you realize that child? Can you see anything that is different to that child? I think she was trying to tell him, Oguti, there's nothing to worry about. That child was born without limbs. And you need to understand that your child has got everything. And we were like, at the end of the day, you know what? This shouldn't be a problem. And I think in the beginning, it was not easy. But as the time went by, I realized that really there's nothing to fear. And I need to continue. I think what was happening around me, the people, they accepted Olondiwe in a way, it was so easy for all of us. Kahle kahle, there's nothing wrong with her. So everywhere I went, at work, at home, in the community, and everywhere. Then as I grew up, I mean, as Londiwe grew up, we met other people as well, quite a lot of them actually. We became a community of ourselves, and we've got like a group which is Vanilla Mummies. That's what we call ourselves.
Nice.
Because in that, it's a matter of sharing, whereby somebody will be saying, my child is born today, what do you do? And they regard me as the eldest, because I'm the one that has got a child who's older than the rest of them. So normally I will say, in my experience, this is what is happening, this is what I've done. And as well, you know, Nolondiwe is very bubbly. She's an introvert, but she's very bubbly. It makes it easy for me as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nation, would you consider yourself vanilla dad? Luena? But like, what type of conversations do you have with them? You know, just to maybe if there's questions that they've got, like shape that conversation.
One coming to one of
yeah.
My firstborn is 9 years.
Okay.
And then the second one, she's 2 years.
Yeah.
So every time elere haba bona ke dlala mo tšovišo. And then the second one utlopala mamodimo khatafule papa. So this firstborn utloya ko strateng tlale bona papa ka go TV. So that ding imponsa gore ha shy kana.
Of course.
Understand? And then una le gore papa ke kopa o tlotlontsa ko sekolong ba bone gore o papa ka wa go tšovišo.
Yes.
So I'm like ke ba afuke ke na le go tshaba le nna gore ke tsame mo strateng. Because at first in the na go bitswa ka mabitso mama but since Chovicho in producer mo Mzansi all the time ngwana mama o tatala na Chovicho so I'm like it shows that I'm still alive.
Nice.
And then batho ba rata le ntho ke etsa.
Lovely.
Sure.
Cheers up boy. Sisithando on the side, usisu besichazela about ukuthi kwenzakalani kuyena usisu Sithandiwe ukuthi esikhathini esiningi kuthatha isikhathi eside ukuthi akwazi uku-accept as well. Don't you feel ukuthi ama-parents wakho at a point ubona na ukuthi they are struggling sometimes, not because ngenxa ukuthi abazi ukuthi benzeni, because now isikhathi esiphila kuso seshintshile banama WhatsApp group where they can just chat ukuthi there's something yini engayisebenzisa kumina kusebenza ukuthi nokuthi, but don't you uma usakhula awukazi uyifeel lo pressure?
Yeah. Do you know, just I'm going to say one side note and then I'm going to answer your question. It's like with, you know, when you talked about dating, I would have really rather you asked a lot of people who are pigmented on what their views are about dating somebody who looks different, you know, because, you know, we can tell you a whole host of things, but the issue is perception, and perception, you have to find people who don't have the condition to find out what they think about it, right? So I love the fact that you actually called a mother who is experiencing something like this. I feel like women, not even women, but parents who have kids who are different, they have a silent struggle, you know, and everybody's like, yo, Tanda's a model now, and but you don't understand that my parents went through a lot, and I am who I am because of my parents. And they had to try and find out, why does she bump into everything? You know, everywhere I walked, I was bumping, falling. What's going on? Tando, is she just clumsy? No. Eyesight is a problem. Guama stairs, Epsugu, fall all the time. What's going on with this child? Eyesight. She's got a problem with the depth perception, you know. The first time I came home and I was pink, and my mother was panicking. She was like, when my brother came home and he went very, very pink, and she cried, you know, because she thought skin cancer, you know. So I think, like, with my parents, the best thing they could do for themselves is education. They spoke to doctors. Me and my teachers said I should go to a special school because they said she won't survive in a mainstream school. But they didn't understand that if you just rectify the eyesight, then I can perform eskolweni, you know. And now teachers will come as glorified doctors, magic, coming in and giving you advice on what your child should do, how far your child can go, and all of that stuff. But luckily, my parents, they made sure they even spoke to Usisno Masondo at the Albinism Society to really kind of understand what the issues around albinism are.
Okay.
We've also got a Facebook message coming in. Today's topic to me is a lesson. I've learned a lot from people with albinism. Albinism doesn't mean you are disabled. Look how successful people living with albinism are in studio. So you guys have definitely empowered some people. Yeah.
Ngenxa kumele silivale uhlelo namhlanje and siyabuya futhi Monday ne uzobukhona mama.
Yes, we're back on Monday.
Asabe siyabuya Monday with Daily Thetha. Thank you siyabonga.